I'm bored. Let's watch some cringe. Okay, this is the guy from Twitter. We talked about him on the Nerdcast. I just thought he was a Twitter guy. I didn't know. I've never seen him before. I don't think I've ever seen him before. Maybe I haven't. I just don't remember. He doesn't look familiar to me. But this is the guy on Twitter who was crying about James Gunn and Peacemaker and Superman. This is the dude. Okay, it's starting to come together. Somebody on Discord suggested for me to watch this video. If you would like to suggest videos for me to watch so I can record them and then upload them, simply join the Discord server. And the only way you can do that is if you come to a live stream. It's pinned at the top of the chat. You can join there, and then you too can suggest videos for me to watch. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So this is Aaron Fischer. Peacemaker Season 2 is disgusting and depraved. Okay, so go ahead and blow the video up there. All right, so we're going to watch this, and I'm going to get my thoughts on it, but holy crap. Okay, this guy, he's a real person. All right, let's do it.
All right, everybody, I am back with a brand new DC update.
Cool.
This is a rare Saturday update.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be my typical update, though. This is going to be more of a passionate type of video.
All right.
And as you could probably tell by the thumbnail, I have something I have to talk about.
Okay.
And I decided to go ahead and try and watch Peacemaker Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I watched all of Season 1, and it was just disgusting.
Okay, so put this perspective here. You watched all of Season 1, and you didn't like it. So you decided, for some reason, even though on Twitter you've very actively been complaining about DC for a minute, you decided that it was in your best interest to sit down and partake in a TV show that you thought was disgusting. For what reason? What reason? There is a name for doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome. There's a name for that. I'm gonna let you guys Google that one. Let's continue with the video.
And I figured maybe because they're starting the DCU when they start off with Superman, that maybe, just maybe, this will be in line and maybe be a worthy successor.
Well, I mean, that would mean they would change everything that made the first one popular. You know what I mean? Like, they would have to change everything that made the show a success in order to do what? Because the thing is, it's the second season. Meaning, if they change the show drastically and make it more family friendly, then the people that watch that season can't go back with their family and watch the first season. So it makes no logical sense for the second season of the show to change itself to something more family friendly after the first season was not. That makes no sense. I don't know why you would assume that, and they never advertised the show that way.
And a continuation of the DCU. So I figured I'd give it a shot. I had to turn it off.
Oh.
I had to turn it off. I cannot believe what they have done to the DC brand.
Wow.
It's disgusting. It's depraved. It is not becoming of the DC brand.
Oh, interesting. Are you reading a script, Aaron? Your eyes keep darting over, and usually that means you're reading a script. Now, I have no problem with people script reading, but it has to feel passionate. You got to feel it down in here. I'm not really feeling it, dude. So let's go.
There is a full-on, and I can't show you guys anything in regards to this. There is a full-on, I don't even think it's quite halfway through the first episode.
Right.
There is a full-on orgy scene with men just flaunting their junk out in the middle of the camera in slow motion in this massive party with people doing all kinds of stuff. What the hell does this have to do with the DC brand?
I mean, it's a show with comedy in it. It was supposed to be funny. Now humor is subjective. You could say I didn't like the humor in the show. Wasn't up to my standards or your standards here, because you're the one that has a problem with it. It wasn't up to your standards, but you already said that the first season was disgusting. So I don't really know, what were you expecting? You could have said at the beginning of this video, this is what I was expecting from the show, but you didn't. You jumped into this to complain about this, which, by the way, it's the first episode. It's the first one. So it says Peacemaker Season 2. It doesn't say Season 2, Episode 1. Peacemaker Season 2 is disgusting and depraved. After turning off the episode, you turned it off. You didn't even watch the whole thing. So you're not even giving us a comprehensive opinion about the episode. which is why this video is so short, probably.
Somebody explain this. I honestly believe this was done on purpose. They get people with Superman, they bring in the families, and then you follow it up immediately with this, you have a problem.
Is Peacemaker a family show? I don't think Peacemaker was advertised as a family show. It never was. So I'm not really sure what you're saying, what kind of connection you're making here in terms of that. Like, Marvel has Daredevil. Marvel has Punisher with extreme violence in those shows. Marvel also has I Am Groot. It also has Guardians of the Galaxy. It has all these different things that don't feel like they are in the same world sometimes. It's like some of it's gritty, realistic. Sometimes it's more funny and silly. But that doesn't mean that you have to consume all of those pieces of media. It's not a necessary thing. Especially when, I mean, you're making it seem like, from what I can tell in this video, you're making it seem like they advertised it as family friendly. They never did. So actually, nothing else I said even matters really. The show was never advertised as family friendly. It never was.
James Gunn has a problem. He should not be in charge of DC. Okay. He is a disgusting, perverted individual.
All right.
If you know his past.
Which you're entitled to that opinion. You can feel that way about it. But that doesn't mean he doesn't get to do the job he has. You don't like him because you don't like things about him. And look, I've even said that James Gunn isn't my cup of tea. Like, I'm not going to bat for him because I think that he's a great person, right? I think that he's got a track record of really good movies, and that's why he's in the job he's in. Peacemaker, with the exception of guys like you, the tiny bit of guys that seem to have an issue with this, with the exception of you guys who don't seem to understand that it was a TVMA show, it's been well received. So I don't really understand what the basis for this is. It would be different if the episode came out and it was like more universally disgusting. Like, people hated it. But that's not what happened. So this doesn't sound like a public problem. It sounds like a personal problem.
And then you see what he's doing here. It's disgusting. He has an agenda.
Right.
You know, you damn well know kids are going to be watching this.
I would hope not. Because then you have failed as a parent. Let me make this really clear to you, Aaron. James Gunn is not responsible for your kids or anybody else's kids. The companies that make these properties are not responsible for your kids or any other kids, okay? We've reached a point where parents seem to think that everyone else is responsible for what their kids are engaged in. Every time something happens, it's video games, it's TVs, it's movies, it's music. It's the same cycle, and you know it's bullshit. You know it is. You're using this what about the kids argument that we hear applied to so many things when the show is not intended for kids. Therefore, if a kid is watching it for whatever reason, that is on the fault of the parents, not the people that made it. This is a dumb argument. It doesn't hold water.
Doesn't matter that it's the responsibility of the parents to lock this stuff out, which I believe it is.
It does.
But the fact that you're doing it as a follow-up to Superman, no.
It doesn't matter. You just did. Let me run this back one more time. Here we go. Who's responsible for this?
You damn well know kids are going to be watching this. Doesn't matter that it's the responsibility of the parents to lock this stuff out, which I believe it is.
Okay, so it's the parents' responsibility. End of video. End of the video. Do we even need to watch the other 4 minutes? You have admitted here that it is the responsibility of the parents. So if the parents are negligent and their kids are watching something they're not supposed to, that is not the fault of the creator of the thing. It is the fault of the parents. Legally, the only thing they are responsible for doing is labeling the age right on these things, like TV 14, TVMA. That's how they're legally responsible. Because you don't like that, doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. You simply want to police content that other people want to see.
But the fact that you're doing it as a follow-up to Superman, knowing kids are going to watch this, that is freaking disgusting.
You're applying something that doesn't apply. It's not a kid show.
Flat out. This show is made for perverts.
Oh.
I don't know what they are thinking with this guy in charge. This should immediately get him fired.
Oh,
the people that okayed this, the studio and the people, have problems.
Okay.
The DC brand is dead under James Gunn.
Oh.
It is dead.
That's interesting. It's actually doing really well. I was under the impression that it was doing well. I was under the impression that Superman crossed 600 million on the backs of a bunch of failed films. I was under the impression that Peacemaker season 2 had been well received. Maybe maybe I live in a different world. Is this Earth 4 or something? I don't know. Maybe it is. This guy seems really angry that that James Gunn and DC are not responsible for what kids do. That seems a little sus. Right? That seems a little sus. So you have it under the impression in your mind that kids are going to watch it anyway because of the fact that they just are? That's interesting.
He has destroyed the DC name, and
Right.
I am really glad that at the beginning of the episode that they got the DCEU out of it. James Gunn, his whole explanation as to why it changed the DCU is like the other stuff never happened.
Right.
The ending sequence with the Justice League in the first show is taken out in this, and it's the Justice Gang instead. They even had Supergirl there, even though she's not part of the Justice Gang.
He cleared that. See, this is bad faith. He already cleared that up. He says that Supergirl and Superman do stuff with the Justice Gang, even though they're not part of the team. In comic book history, comic book stories of all time, team ups happen. They don't have to be a part of anything. They can just be there helping. Spider-Man has helped the Fantastic Four. He's helped the Avengers, he's helped the X-Men. He's just there helping. This is bad. Say it with me, everyone. Bad faith. This is a bad faith criticism. You have not substantially explained why it is that this shouldn't exist other than you don't like it. You're like, I don't like it, so it should not be made. That's not a valuable criticism. It holds no water. It's like censor. You want to censor content that people are watching and enjoying because you don't like it.
And so they swapped out the characters. That's his whole explanation. He said he had an in, but he didn't. That's it. That's your explanation. He's a juvenile, disgusting writer.
Okay.
He has no business in Hollywood. He has no business peddling this shit to families. It's disgusting.
I mean, is Peacemaker made? One more time, I'm going to ask the question. Is Peacemaker made for families? Yes or no? No, it's not. That's the answer. It's not made for families. Therefore, he's not peddling it to families. If you think that your kids, I don't know if you have kids. I'm using this like just generally speaking. If you think your kids are sneaky enough to get away with watching something on your HBO Max subscription, you can put passwords on it. You can lock them out. If you think they're sneaky enough to do that and that your kids would be willing to do that, I mean, we want to pretend that it's his fault, but you have tools at your disposal to keep your kids from watching stuff. And if you don't use those tools, who is the negligent, depraved person in this scenario? I'm just asking questions. I'm not making accusations.
This should not be part of the DC brand. Now, there are people who keep coming into my comments saying, well, it's to show that DC is going to have all these different tones. Bullshit.
Oh.
I am calling straight out bullshit.
Okay.
Yes, this has me heated up because I love the DC brand. I love the DC brand.
You're really mad about nothing, man. You're really mad about nothing. It seems to me like you saw something you liked in that clip and it got you excited. Hold on. Pause. Let me stop. Let's continue.
And all I'm seeing right now is James Gunn just throwing it and dragging it through the mud. For what? His own playground?
Interesting.
You had freaking necrophilia going on in Creature Commandos.
Right.
He had to hold it back for Super.
But you still watch Peacemaker season 2. See, that's the thing about these guys that like you have to understand. They're not serious people. This is performative. He's doing a bit here. This is fun and games for him, right? Let me explain why. He watched Creature Commandos. He didn't like Creature Commandos. He went in and watched Superman. I've seen him talking shit about Superman, but I don't know like his full opinion on it. I've seen him talking shit about that. And then he decides, I didn't like Peacemaker season 1, so I'm gonna watch Peacemaker season 2. This is literally like whipping yourself in the back. This is self-inflicted. This is self-inflicted pain. You don't have to do this to yourself. If it's all dead and gone, walk away from it. You're mad about something. First of all, Snyder's not coming back, so you're never going to have that again. And if this James Gunn shit doesn't work, you're not going to have any of it. So this is just it's just dumb outrage.
Man, but then he's on full-on display here. He has a problem with sexual material.
Right.
There is no question about it. You look at his past tweets, and you look at what's going on here, and if you can't make the connection, what the crap?
Yeah. I mean, like, it's totally works, right? Like, people are exactly the same 15 years ago, they're the same now as they were 15 years ago. Nobody changes. I'm not defending James Gunn. I'm just saying, what's the connection? That he made some really stupid tweets, a decade or so ago, and that means that now he's the exact same person. He didn't learn and grow from that. He's done several interviews where he's talked about this stuff. But again, this is bad faith.
What the crap? Warner Brothers, what are you doing? Straight up. What are you doing? Is this what you want the DC brand to be?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
And we already know that when you have freaking lanterns coming out, you already had Nathan Fillion said he says the F word like more times than he's ever said it in his entire career.
Oh, no, not the F
in
word.
In the show, lanterns.
Not the F word.
This is what we are getting.
Wow.
This is what they are doing.
Okay.
What is the deal? Why? This is nobody asked for this.
I mean, we'll figure it out then. You're saying why, but you like, if you don't understand why, I think you have a literacy problem, honestly, with this. I think there's an issue with understanding what it is that they're doing versus what you think they're doing. I mean, you should have a take on it, right? You should know why, I would think. Maybe not. Maybe you don't know. I don't know.
Only perverts are okay with this.
Okay.
And there's a reason why it has a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Because those people are depraved as well. I'm sorry.
So every single critic. How many critics on Rotten Tomatoes did... Hold on, let me check this. Okay, so wherever you're on Rotten Tomatoes, Peacemaker Season 2, 63 people are all perverts? 99%, 63 people. Wow. 500 plus ratings. All perverts? Wow, man. Yeah, I feel like you have an issue. You need to seek professional help, I think.
Sorry. If this is what you enjoy, it's depraved. It just is. There's no other two ways about it. This is not okay.
Oh.
This is not becoming of the DC brand.
Wow.
And I implore anybody who's even thinking about watching this, stay far away from it.
Oh, okay.
The DC brand is ruined. We should not be...
So you're not going to watch Lanterns? So this is it, guys. Like Aaron Fischer's channel, that's it. No more DC content. So when I check back next week, I won't see more videos from him about DC. That's it. It's done. Stay away from it. Okay, fair enough.
Supporting the DCU at all. It should be over. This is disgusting. All right, guys, I had to get this video out there.
Okay, so I'm just curious. Let's minimize this here. So this video here, let's see, Peacemaker Season 2, Disgusting Depraved. This was 4 days ago. So that means this is the last DCU video he made, right? Right? This will be the last one because he said he's not going to support it anymore. So let's go to his channel and see if he's done. Oh, wait, no, he did another one 2 days ago. DC is in shambles. James Gunn has tarnished DC. So he didn't stop making DC content. DC is dead. Wow. Violent. Wow, man, like, huh. It seems like you know that people only watch your stuff for this because look at the views on it and then look at this one here. Look at this one here. Oh, it's cool. I don't have a problem with people sticking with what works for them. You do you, man. But to act like you're not going to talk about DC anymore because you're not going to support it in any way whatsoever, which, by the way, talking about stuff on here when it comes to like entertainment stuff, if you do a video and you're like, this is bad, I'm not going to support it, fine. But if you say this is bad and I'm not going to support it, and then you continue to make videos about it, then it's all performative and you don't mean anything you said. This was an interesting video. Again, if you guys would like to submit a video for me to pretty much debunk or react to or whatever, join the Discord. You can do so at the live stream. Stop into the Nerdcast on Mondays and Thursday nights. In the comment section, it'll be linked at the top. You can join the Discord and do it over there. Anyway, it's really funny to see a face put to a name. That's absolutely funny.